Hello, my gorgeous group ones. Welcome to your reading. If you chose thumbnail image 1, number 1, option 1, however you made your way here, thank you for joining me here. Today's reading is in honor of my 29th birthday, okay? And the caption for my Instagram post is going to be 20 fine. So it sparked an idea for a reading. Why are you looking so fine lately? Okay, so one of my other readings, I don't know, it got really popular. I wasn't expecting it to, but I'm not mad. It was like, how are you looking lately? Right? And of course, everybody's different energy came into that reading, but it was popular. So I wanted to do like a spin-off of that one. Why are you looking so fine lately? Okay. So let's get right into it. We're going to pull all the cards then, get into the reading. How are you guys doing lately? I had a glorious birthday. It's the day after. But I'm still kicking. The celebration isn't over. Okay, group ones, please, Spirit. Why are they looking so fine lately? I just saw a glimpse of the Knight of Cups, so maybe you're inhabiting like a very hopeless romantic or hopeless optimist is what I heard. Sorry. But hopeless romantic is definitely the Knight of Cups. So maybe you're coming off of someone who's more romantic, someone who's more soft, right? People look at you and say, yeah, that person's living a quite soft life. Whether it's because you seem more serene, your facial features are more like, open. Maybe you're more welcoming than you usually are. Maybe you're being more nice to people, that kind of thing. It's like you're embracing the things in life that make it sweet and beautiful, right? So looking on the bright side of life. But I heard a hopeless optimist. So that's what's coming through. Because there's so much negativity going on in the world. Good for you. Okay. I'm going to get a few more cards, please, Spirit, for my group ones. Why are they looking so fine lately? Why are they looking so fine lately? Okay, have another one. Okay. You gonna have to do all that now, for sure. Is that the Empress? I think that's the Empress, or it's Justice. One of those. Justice. I heard I'm also hearing you're finally coming into your own. You're finally becoming who you are. Because Justice is kind of giving me, even though I haven't confirmed it, I'm pretty sure that's Justice. Justice or the Empress, one of them, okay? It's kind of like you're coming into your own. You finally found that semblance between who the world wants you to be and who you realize you are, Because sometimes it takes longer for other people to realize who they are on a soul level, what they like, because you spent so long trying to cater to everyone else instead of going quiet and listening to what you want. And I kind of feel like that's the journey I have been on. I always knew who I was, the core of me, but it's about like, what do you like now in this version of you? The version after trying to be everyone else, trying to please everyone else, trying to be this person for that person. What do you like now in the aftermath? You like scary movies. You like pizza, right? But like, who do you want to be at the end of the day? What do you want to be known for? What legacy do you want to leave? Like, how do you want to show up in the world for yourself? How do you want to be seen? Like, do you want to be seen? Like, those are the questions I feel like you're asking yourself. And it has put you on a trajectory where you are more hopeless, optimistic, where it's like, yeah, I'm not really looking for love in that sense of I'm a hopeless romantic. I'm always looking for love and wanting that. You're more so, what can life, like, show me how good it can get is the kind of mentality that you're in right now. And that's why you're looking so fine, right? Because that energy can be very magnetic and bring in people, but more so opportunities. Once Spirit knows you're ready to kind of embrace who you are, they start sending good stuff your way, right? So when you're fearlessly in yourself, and that's why you're looking so fine lately. We love to see it. But I'm like, do I be needing the cards sometimes? No. Are they still cute to use? Yes. And then one more deck. I have definitely been like, you're obsessed with a show and you haven't watched it in like a week or two, and like your body is craving it, like your mind is craving it. Like I started watching Supernatural after, a few people were convinced me in the comments of one of my readings, and I'm just so in love with it. I love the show so much. And I, like y'all said, I would love it because I love Buffy and Charmed and stuff like that. But I was always, like I said, a little scaredy cat, a little biatch, right? So I'm like, no, it's so scary. I feel like I did try watching it when I was younger. And then it was like monsters and jump scares. And I don't like it. That's not my vibe. But, you know, besides all that and the show, I do love the show. So I'm like, I went like a week or two without watching it. And my body was like, where's Dean? Where's Sam? Like, watch it. But it was so busy. I had no time to watch any shows. I come home late and it's immediately go to bed to wake up early again the next day, right? That could be what you're doing right now. You're looking so attractive or so fine because you're on your grind lately as well. You don't have time to talk. You don't have time to date. You don't have time to watch freaking TV. You don't have time to read a book, you know, because you're so busy. And that's a very attractive energy to be in, going after what you want. Tirelessly is what I just heard. But yeah, I'm using this deck. I said all that to say that. I'm bringing it back out. Now that I feel like I know the characters a little more. I'm still only on season 4. I think I'm on the last season. I'm on the last episode of season 3. So I'm going to season 4. But yeah, I feel like I know some of the characters a little better. So I feel more comfortable using the deck. But I want at least one perfect card for why you're looking so fine lately. At the bottom of the deck, you have death. Interesting. Yeah, you're stepping into a new energy. That's the big thing. You had a death and now you're in your rebirth era where it's like the person you're becoming is like way more attractive, way more happy, way more romantic looking. It's kind of reminding me of how in one of the readings that I did, it's like, what was it about? I forgot the topic. It was my most recent reading. And it was kind of like, what aesthetic or what vibe do you need to be in for spirit to kind of want to give you whatever you want? You know, what will make you more attractive? That is what it was. And in one of the groups, it was given like coquette, romantic, very vintage, very like being yourself. I feel like with the way society is moving, we're more so focused on the future and we're in the age of Aquarius, so we're not surprised by that. You know, it's more innovation, bigger, better, being more creative, that kind of thing. But now I feel like the people who pay homage to the past and things that they like just because they like it and not because we're supposed to be futuristic now because we're in the age of Aquarius. No, there's still people who like how things were done in the past. There's still people who like the energy, the style, the ethics of the past. And you could be the kind of person who's adopting the more romantic, romanticism in every sense of the word, not just in love life, in a career. You love your job, right? You love your family. You love your life, period. Okay. So this card, we're going to look at that at the end because this is the only card that didn't fall over. So we'll see what this one says at the end. But let's get into your tarot cards. We have Judgment. We have 8 of Cups. This is the energy I was speaking about of moving on, becoming someone different. I feel like you're finally settling into who you are. It's kind of like growing pains. How when kids are growing up, supposedly they have growing pains. And I feel like mostly it's like socially because you don't know who you are or where you're going to fit in. And even if you do know who you are, you're still scared to fully step into that person. So for example, everyone wants to be popular. Not everyone, but most kids want to be popular and just not bullied. They want to be seen in a positive light in middle school, high school, and beyond, right? And you do whatever it takes for you to be that person, whether it means losing weight, dressing this kind of way, whatever's in style, whatever's trendy. But on a soul level, you hate the clothes you're wearing. You don't want to be this small because maybe it prevents you from eating whatever you want. You don't want to wear your hair like that. You don't want to dye it. You don't want to cut it. You don't want layers. You don't want a wolf cut. You don't want this and that, but you're doing it in order to fit in. Right? This energy you're in right now is kind of like I'm walking away from that and I'm finally settling into who I am, not caring what anyone else says. If I want to be coquette, I'm going to be coquette. If I want to be goth, I'm going to be goth. Like, you know what I mean? If I want to walk around naked, I'll do that. If I could do it without getting arrested, fine. I feel like you're regaining that sense of freedom that comes with the human experience of just living and not caring what anyone has to say. Love that for you. We have, is this the 4 of Wands? I think this is the 4 of Wands. I just heard conquering. 4 of Wands the 4 of Wands is also an energy of like finding that balance. So I do feel like that keeps coming through. What's the card balance? Justice it was. So Justice is the card that I was like thinking was coming out. I saw a little glimpse of it. I wasn't sure. It was one or the other. So we have a lot of cards about balance already. 4 of Wands is about stability, but in the sense of like you finally coming home. I'm hearing a coming home, or a going home celebration kind of thing. That's the kind of energy coming through for you guys. Like what I like to think about when I think of the Four of Wands, in order to like explain it, I feel like properly, is we have 2 pillars on this side and 2 pillars on this side. So it's a stable structure. Nothing is going to knock it down easily, right? As opposed to something that would have 3 sticks over here and 1 stick over here. It's obviously unbalanced. And things that are unbalanced kind of fall down, right? The tower would be way too easy for that person, with 3 on this side and 1 on this side. You have your priorities in order. You're giving enough time to work, to friends, to love life, whatever, that kind of thing. You're doing the things that light you up and make you happy, which is cause for celebration in and of itself. So I feel like walking away from something kind of puts you in this energy of, oh, life is good now, right? Judgment is also an awakening as well, right? It's kind of a rebirth, but not. I feel like judgment is the going home. Exactly. I feel like it's after death, right? Because I feel like in the Bible, they say that judgment day is when everyone is like, when Jesus finally comes back and takes us into the pearly gates of heaven, whatever it says, you know? And it's kind of like, that's after, I think we all die though. He's going to come whenever he's going to come. And no matter where we are, it always confuses me. So I'm like, is the people that pass away, are they just like in some kind of darkness or ether while they're waiting for Jesus to come and take them to the afterlife, or what? Like, I want to know. But I don't know. Anywho, it's kind of giving a going home. You know, when people pass away, that's their going home celebration. Some people like referring it to that. Besides, some people like referring that going home as a going home instead of a funeral, because it's kind of like we're celebrating their life. That's the kind of thing coming through. So maybe you finally put a nail in that last coffin of who you used to be. You're celebrating, and now you're moving on, right? So putting something to rest. But with Judgment and Justice, I love how they both start with J. Okay. So somebody's name here could be J. And I love how both of them kind of give like judge, because judgment and justice is about the legal system. So somebody could be, you know, being more, what is it? Not critical, not criticizing. No, you're being more discerning. Thank you. That's the word, about who you spend your time with, who you're around, who you allow to take your energy, especially because I feel like for y'all been busy. Okay. Y'all been busy. So y'all not going to have time for everyone and everything. So it's going to take some very, you know, it's going to take a lot of discernment to figure out who you want to be around, who you don't want to be around, who you want to give that little bit of time you have left over to. Okay. So that's why you're looking so fine lately, because you're hard to like get. Like, you could be someone who's booked and busy and people want to book you, but you're too busy. And now you're a hot commodity and people can't really get a hold of you the way they may have been able to in the past. So now that everyone wants to be around you and everyone wants your services or whatever, now all of a sudden everybody's like, oh yeah, this person right there. You have to be even extra discerning at that point, because you want to only give your energy to the people who deserve it, right? Who make you feel good, right? So I think y'all are real busy, okay? So walking away, starting over, okay? And also following your inner call. That's also what judgment means, right? It's following the inner voice, the voice that's been whispering to you saying, hey, we want golden hair. And you were like, no, the trend is to have black hair. Relax, chill. So you had black hair, and then the trend was to have red hair. You know what I mean? And then all the while, your inner voice is saying, we want golden hair. What are we doing? Come on now. And you're never fully happy because you're doing what everyone else wants or expects of you. And now you're doing what you want. And if it's making them mad, you don't give two rats' asses. That's funny. Because you have this stable structure that can't be torn down by just anybody. It took blood, sweat, and tears for you to finally build it up the way you want it. And it's going to take a hell of a lot of things and people, and maybe not even then, for someone to come and tear it down. That tower moment is far from you, I feel like. Okay? Because judgment comes after the tower. And justice is finally the balancing of scales, some good karma coming in. So I do feel like your good karma is right now. And that's why you're looking so fine. Okay? Some of you could like be experimenting with your hair, because that example was coming through. So that could be something. This energy here, these cards, the wands represent some futuristic place. So that could be something you're very much focused on the future now. And maybe, you know what this is kind of giving me? Someone who's finally made peace with their past and is finally just looking straight forward to the future. They're no longer asking why this person did that. Why is my family acting like that? Why are my friends acting so dusty? Why can I never get what I want? Now you're very much future focused. Dang. Yeah, so that's what's kind of, you left your past behind, whether it was a death and now you're in your rebirth energy, or you're just moving on, but you left something behind. That weight that was weighing you down, right? The look that wasn't fitting for you, right? I do recommend you go watch that reading that I was talking about, what would make you more attractive, because I feel like it's very informative. It was informative for me, right? I feel like I went back and watched it and tried to pick a pile, and I did, and I feel like I'm like, oh, okay, this tracks, right? But it's something like the thing. So I got the reading where it was talking about like coquette and stuff like that, cottagecore. That's definitely who I am, because I tell people I'm a fairy. I don't know what to tell you, child. That I'm some kind of mythical creature. I'm not supposed to be here on Earth. I was supposed to be in somewhere. I was supposed to be in Atlantis. I was supposed to be somewhere. Okay, in Avalon. I'm not supposed to be here on Earth as Geta. Okay? But I'm like, I go around knowing that I'm a fairy on the inside, but do I show it on the outside? Not really. And a fairy is someone who stands out, very colorful, very frilly, and like they kind of demand attention because they're like a shiny object that people haven't seen before. And I'm kind of like, I don't want people looking at me like that. So me never stepping into that energy of being who I am on the inside, but wearing that person on the outside is something that I'm trying to come to terms with. And I feel like I did on my birthday. I wore this cute little pink. I'm not a pink girl, but I wore it, and I'm like, okay, I look cute in pink. Maybe more pink in my life, like the romance of it, like romanticize your life, be the main character, whatever kind of thing. I feel like it's what's coming through mostly for you guys, okay? The Little Red Riding Hood is like, this is giving hair. Maybe, oh, look, she's wearing pink. Maybe adding more pink and blue and red to your, because that's like a very main focus here. It's red, blue, because the blue is coming through here. And then we have like a pink kind of color. Those colors could be like very important. Or those, like, that's your aura right now. One of those, It packs a punch. Now we have Queen of Swords. This is tying in with Judgment, which is being more discerning, right? Why don't I just hear you're allowing yourself to look raggedy if you want to look raggedy? It's kind of giving, it's my party and I'll cry if I want to. Because this Queen of Swords, I hate what they did with the card. Because why is she looking like that? She looking like Cynthia from Rugrats. And she was told from the flow up. And that could be you finally tapping into your energy saying, I can wear whatever I want to wear. Whether it's always looking good, or allowing yourself to have a few bad days where you're not always well put together. But besides what the card is saying, because the card is giving Barbie, but she's a little manic. Not even a little, she's a lot manic, okay? That could be something you're finally, like, not coming to terms with, but regulating. Those kind of maybe episodes you may have for those of you who may deal with, stuff like that. You're finally putting a hold, or like I said, regulating. We're going to leave it at that. You're finally regulating those energies that kind of come and take over sometimes. But the Queen of Swords is like learning more, getting more information, right? I'm getting like a lot of computers, applications. So maybe you're putting in applications for jobs. I'm hearing plane tickets. Someone's getting their passport. I just heard. I know I'm about to. I should. I'm trying to go overseas and then travel, child. It's giving stuff like that. It's giving, leveling up Age of Aquarius vibes, where you're expanding your life. And that's why you're so attractive, because people are excited to see what you're going to do next. You've been doing so much, changing so much, maybe putting yourself out there more, posting more on social media, or taking more chances in general. And people are like, oh yeah, she's really like doing her big one, or he, they, them is really doing their big one. I wonder what they're going to do next, It's kind of like that anticipation. What do they call it? On the rise, or rising stars, when we see a few people in the industry who are getting really popular, like they're stars on the rise. That's kind of your vibe. Here we have, is Eight of Swords. Interesting. It looks like she's not even trapped by the swords in this card here. Usually the Eight of Swords is someone who's trapped by the swords. They're fully surrounding them. In this one, all the swords are in front of her and she's in control of them. You stepped out of the victim mentality, which is what I was kind of saying with you leaving the past in the past. you know? No longer wondering, why did I have to grow up like that? Why was my family so unstable? It's kind of like, okay, I'm grown now. I could either let that keep weighing me down, right? And keep causing tower moments, or I could finally start putting down building blocks, right? It's kind of giving the story of the three little pigs, right? That's the three little pigs, right? Yeah. Where one of them built their house out of straw. One of them built their house out of, I forget. But the last pig built their house out of bricks. So the freaking wolf came to the first pig, blew his house down. That pig was going, ate up. Okay. Then he went to the second one, ate their house, ate him up too. He huffed and puffed and blew that house down. But then when he got to the third pig learned from his other brothers and them mistake and said, nah, I'm building my house out of brick. Ain't nobody gonna knock this down. And that's you. You finally built your house out of brick, and brick is harder to knock down than anything else. Okay, maybe you're probably even using steel. Like, F brick, steel. Impenetrable fortress, okay? Fortress of solitude. I'm in these four walls. I'm in my house. I'm in my environment. I'm in my job. But when I'm here, I'm in my element, and nobody's going to stop me or bother me, okay? That's what I'm getting for y'all. Why these cards looking like that? Relax. But look, I'm hold on, let's go back to this one. The Eight of Cups is giving sleeping tiger. So it's kind of like you don't have to fight anymore, is what I just heard to say. Because I was going to, skip forward. But I'm like, that's kind of laying something to rest, laying something to rest and moving on, finally finding peace, making peace. But it's like, fortress of solitude. You're at rest. You're at peace. You're happier. I'm hearing Happier by Bastille coming through. So that song can be important. Are these the only two that fell out? Okay, I guess. So I guess we can move them on over a little bit more. But you finally built your fortress of solitude away from the rest of the world. And when you come there, you're at peace. Nobody can come bothering you, texting up your phone, banging on your bedroom door. Oh, you don't do nothing up in here. Disturbing your peace. You finally live alone is the energy that's coming through. Whether it's like real, whether it's like your reality or not, that's kind of what is coming. You've built a barrier around you that kind of keeps the negativity away, which is that hopeless optimist energy that was coming through in the beginning of the reading. Whether you're still living at home, whether you're on your own, whether you're about to be on your own, whether you're ready to be on your own or not, it's kind of giving you come home to a nice peaceful house. It's clean. You don't got to worry about nobody else bothering you, right? You're just there at peace. That's the energy coming through for you guys. And that's kind of like why I feel like you're looking so fine lately. Okay. And this Little Red Riding Hood instance is kind of giving like fairy tale. So maybe your life is like kind of giving fairy tale. And that's also why you're looking so fine. Because, we as people generally just love a happy ending, and fairy tales usually have a happy ending. So people are finally seeing you have your happy ending, and it's making you very attractive because you're in your energy that's the most authentic to you. And at the end of the day, that is what makes you the most magnetic. Living your truth. Oh yes, that'll do it. Okay. Leaving behind this energy of, why did this happen to me? Why am I stuck doing this? That kind of energy is more so, I'm going to make the best of it. And you have, and congratulations. Now, the card you got from Supernatural, you guys got Benny Lafitte. I hope that's how you pronounce this man's name. Your hair is looking really good too. I don't know. I keep getting that vibe. Whether some of you cut it off recently or are taking care of it better, your hair is coming through. I'm also getting makeup. I'm getting a lot of blush, so maybe blush is coming through heavily for you guys as well. You're using a lot of blush. I know we're in the blush era. And there be people who be so mad on social media, like, oh my gosh, I miss not wearing blush. Is somebody forcing you to wear blush? Is that what people do? Like, is someone literally like standing over you every day with a thing to your head saying, I'm gonna pull the trigger unless you wear blush? You can wear whatever you want to wear. And that's finally you. You're not even listening to naysayers. Like, why is me wearing blush triggering you so badly? Like, child, people be so messy. I just don't understand why people are so miserable in the world. But that's what's coming through for y'all. Okay. Let's get Benny Lafitte. I don't know why I'm hearing Lafayette. So somebody here could be channeling their Hamilton. Lafayette was a big reason why we won the Revolutionary War, because without him and Hamilton, and of course all the soldiers who fought and people who supported America in its infancy, is the reason why we're here today. But Lafayette was a big part. If you've seen Hamilton, the play, the Broadway play, you would know that Lafayette played a big part in helping us win, okay? He was a big ally. So Lafayette is what I'm hearing. So Lafayette's personality could be you guys as well. But, ooh, it's the vampire. Interesting. So the vampire with whom Dean formed an unbreakable brotherly bond while in purgatory, Benny Lafitte helped Dean escape in exchange for carrying his soul through the portal to Earth so he could be resurrected. Unfortunately, Benny's return to Earth was plagued by disappointment and loss, and he felt he was left feeling untethered. Okay, while we can't help but feel sorry for the rough hand Benny was dealt, his conviction not to live life as a monster remained admirable. So he's giving tortured soul like Edward. He knew disobeying his maker would alienate him from the nest, but he followed his heart. Benny Lafitte speaks to the metal that's inside you to do what's right, even when it's not easy, and you're the only one willing to do it. Justice as well. So that could be something coming through. You're like advocating for something or sticking up for yourself or standing up for the underdog, and people are really admiring you because no one else is saying what needs to be said besides you. And that's making you look very fine to people, okay? And I keep hearing Franny Fine. She might be coming through for all the piles, but I keep hearing her, like when I say fine, I keep seeing her in my mind's eye. So some of you could look like her, right? Or be dressing more like her. Or you're very much in your, like I said, she was very much, no matter what happened to her, she was still like a very positive person as well in the show. The nanny. So that could be coming through as well. Somebody could be a nanny. I don't know. But this is basically what I'm saying. You're not letting the outside noise like knock your fortress, right? And I'm hearing Fortress by Lennon Stella. That could be an important song for somebody here. Give it a listen. Really good song, in my opinion. Okay, so, and you're the only one willing to do it. Sometimes we have to walk a tougher path alone for a while to avoid living on an inauthentic life that doesn't represent who we truly are. Okay, so what I was picking up at the beginning of the reading is still standing. And I'm going to get these last few cards here. We have Celestite, which is Soothe Your Soul. So you do seem very soothed, very at peace. And I do feel like I find myself speaking like in more, if y'all watch my readings, I can get a little crazy sometimes. I get like passionate, In this reading, I feel like I'm really chill and level-headed and, mellow. I feel like, and that's kind of your vibe. And that's what people are appreciating about you, right? We have clear quartz, get crystal clear. You have gotten crystal clear about what you want, and now you're on that path. Maybe you're also just being very truthful and transparent. That's also justice, okay? Maybe you're out there dealing people's bad karma. Or maybe you're out there being someone's good karma. And then we have Carnelian, feed your creativity. So you're also being quite creative. Okay. I see y'all. Fix that. Feed your creativity. I wonder what this card's acting. Ooh. Okay, better. Okay. Feed your creativity, soothe your soul, get crystal clear. All those things are what's making you look quite fine lately. Yellow is kind of coming through. This carnelian is very pretty. This clear quartz is also very pretty. There's something like sparkly about them. This is sparkly, this is sparkly. This is not so sparkly, but it has like something that like makes me feel a little mesmerized, right? So that could be something you're mesmerizing. Like I'm seeing someone like give like a very impassioned speech in my mind, and someone like in the crowd being mesmerized. I feel like no matter what you do, how many people you reach, as long as there's one person that was deeply moved or inspired by your story, that's more than enough. You don't need to have millions of followers to make an impact, As long as one person was touched, helped, inspired by what you do, what you're speaking about, the life you're living, that's more than enough. Right? Okay. You change one life. And I'm sure you're going to go on to change many others. So you're changing lives. And I feel like you started with yours first, and now you're helping others change your life as well. Whether it's by the positive karma vibrating off of you, whether it's you finally knowing what to do so you're able to help others, whatever it may be, it's amazing. You're doing amazing, sweetie. Keep doing it. I'm going to leave you reading right here, though. I hope it resonated. If it did, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. Join the tribe. We'd love to have you. If you would ever like to book a personal reading with me, you could always get in contact with me using my email in the description box below. But I hope you're having a beautiful, wonderful day whenever you're watching this reading. And as always, I will see you gorgeous people, my gorgeous souls, in the next one. Mwah. Bye. Hello, my gorgeous group 2s. Welcome to your reading. If you chose thumb number 2, option 2, the number 2, welcome. Okay, and thank you for joining me here today. Let me stop. Today's reading is going to be about why are you looking so fine lately? Okay, what has you looking so fine? What about you? Okay, this reading was inspired by me turning 29, therefore being 20. What? Fine. Okay, that is going to be my Instagram caption once I finally finish putting together the pictures that I want to post on Instagram. So that's going to be my caption, because a girl is 25 out here, period. But anyway, that inspired this reading. And I'm like, what reading do I want to do? There's so many readings that I have in the queue, but I'm like, I need to be very intentional about the ones that I'm posting lately, especially because I can't post as often as I can. So I want to, make it mean something. So why are you looking so fine lately? And there was also a reading I did about, what is it called? How you looking lately, that went really, got popular. So I'm trying to, piggyback off of that as well. So let's get into it. That's enough long talk. Let's get into the reading. Don't start with me. I'm hearing the song, She's a Heartbreaker, Dream Maker. That song's coming through. So maybe you're in your heartbreaker energy, right? And I'm hearing, what's that song? There ain't too many people who can handle me, but I might let you try it out the Hennessy. Make it sing to like a remedy, like a melody. And if there's something ain't right, I got the remedy. Bad beat, I can be your fantasy. Got that real big energy. That song's coming through. I think it's Big Energy by Lotto. So you have like a really big energy that's like leading to you like breaking a lot of hearts, leaving a lot of broken hearts, or jaws on the floor in your path. So you're very much embodying the femme fatale energy, very extreme beauty, drive, ambition, right? It's giving like more seduction. So I feel like your looks are always what have you looking so fine lately. You're kind of like jaws dropping. Okay, so I don't know if you had a glow up. I don't know if you started investing in yourself. I don't know if you popped out with a new wardrobe. I don't know if you're posting more, going out more, but there's something here about the eyes on you, and they're very much like surprised and intrigued and like just tickled by what they're seeing. So you're looking good, okay? So let's see what comes through. And at the bottom, we have the Chariot. It's funny, I'm about to throw this deck. I'm about to throw it because I was seeing one of the cards in this deck. But before I was starting your reading, I'm like, that kind of looks like a flight attendant. And it wasn't this card, because I would remember if it was this card. Just for me to look at the bottom of the deck I felt just called to look at it really quickly. And then we freaking have the Chariot, a flight attendant. Like, I was thinking about a flight attendant like a few minutes ago before I started your reading. I'm like, why am I doing that? Like, do one of the cards in this deck have a flight attendant on them? Anyway, that's a cute coincidence, okay? Flight attendants are seen as relatively attractive, or they usually are attractive, okay? And I just saw 333, so 333 could be important for you guys. You could be seeing it a lot. It could be signifying something. Maybe it's a confirmation for somebody, okay? And then here's the World. This is what I was talking about, all eyes on you. And I've never gotten this card from this deck yet, and it's very beautiful. And look at how she has this aura about her. She's literally glowing. I almost said growing. So that's what I'm getting from this. We have the Chariot card because you're growing and making strides, okay? You're either traveling or you're so far from where you used to be. People think you're looking real fine. It could be physically, it could be energetically. We'll see what comes through. But I want to get all the cards first. Yeah, I'm hearing take no prisoners. You're very like, you're standing firm. You're standing on business. You're standing very firm in who you are. Because I'm like ready to say the zodiac signs associated with these cards. And I'm like, okay, Cancer for Chariot, but what for the world? It's all fixed signs. And the way she's so fixed in her energy and who she is, people can't help but like stop and stare or be transfixed because she's very standing firm in who she is and what she's doing. In this card, I feel like, okay, so that can be coming through. Here we have 6 of Wands, right? No, 7 of Wands? 9 of Wands. You're putting on a show. You're persevering. You're not giving up. Okay, so I'm gonna get the cards out first. Let me stop chatting. Maybe you do something that has you in the spotlight, but there is an energy of like a lot of eyes on you. And it's because you're looking good. So, yeah. Whatever you're doing, keep doing it. Okay, we have Queen of Cups. Why is she looking like that? Cats keep coming through in your cards. So that could be important. Maybe in your black cat energy. And I'm hearing that song, Bad Bee Energy. I don't remember who it's by, but it's definitely a song. Like, spelling it all the way out. Bad, then B, and then energy. So that's coming through for you guys. So you're very much, looking very attractive. Looking good. Okay, how many cards is this? 1. And we have Ace of Cups. So you're looking very okay. Let's get all the cards out. Can I get one more card? Appreciate you. What card was this? A King of Pentacles, period. Let's keep going. One more card, please, for my group 2s. Why are they looking so fine lately? Appreciate you. And this is 10 of Cups. Wow. Okay. So you're looking very elegant. Maybe you're looking grown up. Like I'm hearing something about my how you grown. Is that Red Riding Hood? The grandmother is saying, my how you grown, Or maybe it was when the wolf was pretending to be Little Red and the grandmother was like, what big eyes you have. And then they were like, better to see you with, my dear. No, it was the wolf pretending to be the grandmother. And Little Red Riding Hood was like, what big hands you have. What big eyes you have. What big teeth you have. And then he was like, better to eat you with. So maybe, I don't know if you're representing Little Red in this instance and the wolf is trying to eat you and people trying to eat you up, okay? Or whatever, but that's what I'm hearing, okay? Oh, that just tickled me. I'm trying not to laugh though. Relax. That's funny. Not better to eat you with, my dear. They want to eat you up. I'm getting visuals, guys. You know what eating? Okay, you use an eater. Y'all eating or are y'all feeding? Okay, are you doing the bending? Let me stop. I can't. This is a very different energy from Group 1. I love to see it because this is more my energy. Okay, Group 1's like very mellow and chill. I want to act a fool because the reading needs to be fun for me or I'm going to get bored and start falling asleep. But y'all know what I'm talking about. Oh, so you doing the bending. You guys are doing the serving. You're doing the feeding. You're serving the looks and everyone is eating it up. You're serving yourself on a platter and your person, your spouse, the people around you that just are attracted to you want to eat you up, right? So you're in like a very attractive, sexy, tantalizing energy right now. You're giving a 10-course meal because we have 10 of Cups, not only 2 of Cups, not, whatever, 9 of Cups. We have a whole 10-course meal that you guys are serving right now out here in these streets, okay? So that's very important. And that's why we're getting the World card here. You see how she's like center stage in all of these cards? Center stage. All eyes on her. Okay? And I think it's a song. All Eyes on Me. Is it? I think it's Meek Mill and Nicki Minaj because I'm hearing where you from, who you with, something, New York and this. Out of all of these girls, I got to like one. I have to wife one, whatever. You know what I mean? All Eyes on Me. Who you with? Is it Nick and Meek or something? Baby, is you on? Is you had enough? Are you here looking for my love? Ooh. Got the club going crazy. All these hitters, but my eyes on you. Is you somebody's baby? If you is, girl, what we gonna do? Baby, forget it, baby. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Give it all up for me right now. You got the club going crazy. All eyes on me. So that song is coming through, y'all. Anyway, sorry for that, the little music break. But it's definitely giving you're making moves. You're moving around a lot. Somebody can be on vacation or you're just vacationing a lot and posting about it. And every time someone sees you, you're going to a new place. That's the Chariot and the World combined, I feel like. Jet setting, having new experiences. There's an energy of awe. Like, how is she doing that? Where is she getting that from? You know, the people on social media who have everything they could want, a nice big house, you know what I mean, a dream bathroom, a dream kitchen. They and they just do I'm hearing Jackie Aina, that kind of vibe, really big luxurious energy, and you're kind of like, where that came from, where y'all got that from? Put us on where the money came from, like, where you getting all this luxury stuff, child? Like, you just look at their life and it's kind of like, you're on another vacation, you don't work. If you're not working, how are you having money to go on a vacation? Like those people you see on social media, like just jet setting all over the world, right? And these people don't have to be influencers, but they're living a good life, child. And I'm hearing Good Life by Kanye West. So you're looking very fine lately because you're just like making life is what you make it, is what I'm hearing. Okay? And I think that's a Hannah Montana song. And so far you guys have got so many songs. So songs can be important, okay? Maybe there's something here about musicality or dancing, because she is dancing in these cards here, right? There could be something here about rope or trapeze, because that's kind of like what she's doing here. Okay, maybe you're very bendy, okay, in certain regards, and people are like, oh, look at that. You know what I mean? But the Chariot is forward movement, it's ambition, it's having direction and drive and knowing what you're doing. And that confidence alone is sexy. The Chariot is someone who has followers and people are following behind them. The World is that same kind of energy of all eyes on you. The World represents traveling. The World represents the end of a cycle, right? So someone is seeing you, or people around you are seeing you come to the end of a cycle, and they're so excited to see what the next beginning has in store for you. What comes next? What's after this, right? People are waiting, with bated breath to see what you do next and where you go next. That's the kind of excitement coming through. But it's kind of like people are like it's well-meaning. It's not like, is it like lascivious or whatever? They're not looking at you like a piece of meat. Some people could be, but I feel like this energy is more so people are proud of you. Like, oh my gosh, look at what they're doing. They used to be this, now they're this, or they were always this. We always knew they were going to be successful. You're the person that got most likely to become famous or become rich, because that's just who you always were. For others of you, people see you as underdog and you finally are coming up, and that's something that's making you look very fine, right? Maybe some of you are, maybe some of you are definitely, looking better. You had a glow up, and that's something people are appreciating. Like, oh yeah, look at her. I'm seeing people just like looking up and down a body, and I'm just seeing like a really bubbly butt. Don't mind me. Okay, this is what Spirit is showing me. Thank you. Someone who just, their body looks really good and people are just looking at it and admiring it, right? So you're looking fine lately because you've always been fine, child. That's what I just heard. You always been fine. People just, they're gonna, whatever you showing, they looking, right? If you're showing a little sliver of midriff, they feasting their eyes, right? A little peak of boob, they're, oh, what's that? You know what I mean? There could be something here about you being like a fashion model, or you always wearing nice outfits and they want to see what makeup look you're doing next, what outfit, inspiration you're coming from next. You could be kind of like an influencer energy. And the fact that you could have gone through a lot in life, and despite that, you're still kicking, you're still moving forward, you're still being successful and making something of yourself is something that people, I'm just like I said, awe is coming through, desire is coming through, and pride is coming through. People are really proud of what you've accomplished and what you're doing, okay? And then we have the Queen of Cups. I don't know why they have to look like this, because this is the complete opposite of what the Queen of Cups would ever look like. Like, excuse me, she's looking very intimidated, right? She looks very like just mean, leave me alone. And that's the complete opposite of the Queen of Cups, in my opinion. So maybe we should go based off the card, or maybe we should go based off the energy, or both, right? So in this card, she's looking very intimidated. She's wearing all black. She's wearing, not wearing, she's holding a cup full of chemical X. Okay. And literally, the chemical X is, I'm trying to remember, I do believe that's what gave the Powerpuff Girls their magic or powers in the show. So Professor X was trying to freaking make kids. I don't know how you make kids like that. I don't know. Anyway, he was putting a bunch of ingredients, sugar, spice, everything nice, and it was like mixing it together to make the perfect little girls. And what got spoken into it? Chemical X, right? And now they're super girls, not just cute little girls. Now they're super. So there's something here about you upgrading, right? That's funny, okay? But that's definitely like what she's drinking. Maybe you're like a very buttercup energy, because you see the green, right? And how she's kind of giving buttercup energy, and then she's holding the cup with the X on it, or the skull. And I do believe out of all of the Powerpuff Girls, Buttercup is the more outspoken, unapologetically herself vibe. You know, she's a little aggressive. That could be something that's coming through for you guys. Okay. I'm hearing booked and busy as well. So some of you may have felt called to group one as well. But it's giving putting on a show, period. Whatever it is. Whether you're a flight attendant, you're putting on a show. Whether you're the person who's like, I'm putting on this kind of show with the rings and the, what is it called? Ribbons and stuff like that. I'm hearing beauty queen. I'm also hearing, what is the show that they do? Beauty pageants. Yeah, that's coming through as well. So people could think you could enter into those, because your physical looks are just really strong right now. That's why you're looking so fine, okay? Because you're either investing into that, or you're looking better than you have in a long time, and everybody's taking notice. Their interest has peaked, and now they're desiring you, and they're finally happy. I'm hearing finally standing ovation vibes. You know what I mean? Maybe they always knew you had it in you. Maybe you didn't believe it. Now you do. And they're kind of like, yeah. And now they're like, yeah, we love that for you, you know? Okay, anyway. 9 of Wands is not giving up. Queen of Cups is like a very soft, very intuitive, going where the wind takes you and trusting and believing in yourself more so than anything else, okay? The next card we have is 10 of Cups. So maybe you're making your wishes come true, okay? 10 of Cups is like being, it's like having it all though as well. And look at how fancy and well put together and beautiful she looks. She has all these drinks to choose from, not even just one. They're coming in all different shapes and sizes and flavors and containers and packaging. And she's just sitting there living lavish. Bangs are coming through as well. So for the physical aspect of it, your long legs is coming through, right? Some of you could have a nice body, because this is kind of giving waist snatched, right? The boobs are sitting real nice in this card here. If you couldn't see, they're sitting real nice. That's the first thing I'm looking at, besides her eyes and her smile. So your eyes and your smile could be coming through. You're looking really fine because of your eyes and your smile. You could be wearing a specific kind of lipstick. Red more. I'm hearing rouge. How specific? That's crazy. Okay. The waist is snatching this card here, if you couldn't see. And she's wearing all white. So very feminine, like, colors. Or very feminine, like, silhouettes, clothing, looks. Here her legs are being shown, as you can see, is quite obvious. I'm hearing feline S, so like you're prowling. Yeah, you're on the prowl. Interesting. Maybe some of you are out here dating, and that's why that desire is coming through, because you're like a hot commodity of the dating world. But this Queen of Cups is like that very open energy. Very open, very expressive, very kind, very happy, right? Okay, very grateful is what I just heard as well. If these cards don't stop playing in my face, like, guys, don't piss me off. Okay, then we have the Ace of Cups, which is that self-love and pouring into yourself kind of energy. And look at how crazily she's looking at this cup, like, that cup will be mine, right? You're only focused on the one cup because you're scared it's going to disappear, maybe, you know? And this cup represents you, your life force, your physical being, your emotional realm. Like I said, this cup, you're so focused on filling it and that alone, or you're so focused on filling it and it alone, that it has, you know, manifested 10 of Cups for you, where you finally have everything you could want, because you've been only focusing on yourself. So because you've been in this like very selfish, me kind of energy, it's kind of being taken in a positive light, whereas sometimes it can be taken in a negative light. So people can be finally happy you're putting yourself first and being selfish after not being selfish for your whole life or something. You know, that kind of energy. Or maybe you're finally smiling and happy after being this very moody, miserable person for so long. You know what I mean? They're seeing you smile more, go on vacations, live it up, right? And you can see in all these animals looking quite raggedy, I would say, in this world card. All of them looking a little worse for wear. We have the bunny up here looking ragged and toe up. We have the cat looking crazy. We have the cat looking crazy, and we have the cat looking crazy. Like, that's what's coming through for y'all, okay? But you're living the dream, or you're living the dream that they want to live. And there can be something here about, if they can do it, so can I, right? If they can have it all and be happy after what they've been through, there's something here about what you've been through, then so can I. I have no excuse not to, you know? So the people are definitely like, yes, continue, queen, serve those looks, go on vacation, live it up, have a good time, go out and have fun, fill up your cup to the fullest. Okay, let's get some cards from this supernatural deck to see who you're giving, who you're serving. Okay, why are my group twos looking so fine lately? Aw, I'm hearing because you're being nice. And it's like, there's a big energy. I feel like I said it already, but I'll say it again. Of you finally realizing what you deserve. And here we have the empty. Oh, I feel like you get another card, so we'll get one more. Okay. What? This is the first time you've ever had a main character. Stop. You guys got Sam Winchester, so you guys are already the main character energy. Because I do feel like no matter how much we girlies love Dean, I love both of them, honestly. I feel like I'd be flippity and flopping on each episode because they're so damn fine. I want both of them. Choo. Let me stop. Please don't mind me. I'd be flip-flopping so hardcore on the show. But the show is about Sam because he's the special one. He's the one who has the abilities. He's the one who's born that way, you know? So it's kind of giving, he's the main character. Dean is just a person always there beside him, even though he's also the main character. But I did realize when I was watching the show that Jared's name comes first. And I'm like, what? Okay. Anyway. We have the empty, then we have Sam Winchester. And I do believe he was always the overachiever kind of person. He was always holding back. In the show I'm watching right now, I'm only on season 4, or I'm nearly there. I'm only one episode away from season 4. And from what I've seen so far, he's been holding himself back. I'm like, if you have these powers, why are you not exploring them? Like, why are you not practicing? Why are you not becoming better? Every time they end up in a situation where they trapped or pinned down, I'm like, Sam, if you don't get your behind up, if you don't stand up, okay, if you don't stand up, okay, if you don't get it together, you have magic and you're not even using it. Stop playing. You could have seen this happening before it happened. Don't piss me off. Anyway, yeah, that's the kind of energy. But this is the first time that we've gotten like a main character. So let's get into it. Sorry, I got excited there for a second. 10 of Cups. You're living your best life. I'm living my best life. I ain't going back and forth with you. Anywho. So we have the empty and then we have Sam Winchester. There's something here about this going from feeling empty to being the main character. That's why I kind of feel like there's like a undertone of sadness, melancholy, watching you build yourself up or bring yourself back from the brink, bring yourself back from depression, claw your way out of sadness. Right? Or just always hiding, not fully living. Let's get into it. We're going to start with the empty. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I'm too excited for this. We get to read for Sam. I'm just curious what they said about him. Okay, the empty. The eternal resting place for angels and demons. The empty was an endless black void, existing even before God and Amara. It was presided over by your friendly neighborhood cosmic entity, the Shadow. Was it even recording? That's crazy. Um, I don't even know where we ended, but I guess I was talking about, I'm glad that we finally got Sam. I don't even know where we ended. Anyway, let's get into the reading. We're going to read for the empty, okay? And then we're going to read for Sam Winchester. I'm really excited to see what they, said about him, because he's finally the main character. So I feel like there's an energy of you going from being empty, depression, sadness, and like clawing your way out of it, right? So the empty says, the eternal resting place for angels and demons. The empty was an indescribable, no, not me adding words, that's crazy. The empty was an endless black void, existing even before God and Amara. It was presided over by your friendly neighborhood cosmic entity, the shadow, who slept alongside its inhabitants. Its form could shift, sometimes appearing as a pool of black liquid, other times taking on the visage of demons or angels. When Castiel awoke in the empty, so did the shadow. It was furious, needing its sleep, and it toyed with Castiel until it grew sick of his defiance and sent him back to Earth. Have you been stumbling around in the dark feeling lost and unmoored? Now's the time to shake off that sleepy feeling and kick things into gear. You need a fresh start, maybe even a change of scenery, leaving behind any feelings of emptiness or regret. Greet this next stage with a hopeful heart, okay? So I feel like that's what you're doing. Because from what I'm reading in here, the empty is not a good place, right, for angels or demons. So it's kind of like what I guess an energy of like hell or purgatory, where you're endlessly suffering, even though hell and purgatory is also in this deck. So I'm kind of like, what's the difference? But the empty is just like, it's giving me depression, it's giving me sadness, it's giving me feeling lost. And I feel like because of your defiance and not letting that take you down or keep you down, that we have this energy of the darkness or the shadow finally released Castiel. So release you in a sense because of your defiance, and it led you back to Earth, where you could finally find freedom and find your happiness and find purpose, right? So that's kind of coming through. Now let us find our way to Mr. Sam. I'm excited to see what they say about him. But I was also saying how in the show I was so upset with him or annoyed with him because he has all this magic, he has all this power, you know what I mean? And he's the main character of the show, essentially. I hope I got this part. If I didn't, I'm saying it again. And he has all this power, but every time it comes to them being stuck by the bad guys, I'm like, if you don't throw a table or a chair at this mofo and stop playing, you getting suffocated, you have all this magic. It annoys me that he never like trains his magic or power. I'm like, you have the power. Why are you not training it and honing it so you can use it? You're just sitting there always being trapped and strung up and just, thrown around by these demons and things out here, and you have this power. So annoying. I'm like, if you don't do something, if you don't stand up, if you don't get it together, pissing me off. Anyway, yeah. If I said that already, I'm sorry for the tangent once again, but he was pissing me off in that show, or where I'm at right now, okay? 79 is for Dean. Let us see. He elevated to Bigly back. That's crazy. He's the last character. Funny. Okay, so Sammy Winchester wasn't keen on being a hunter until his girlfriend Jess's death. Then he got to work. A walking encyclopedia of weirdness, Sam handled research for the hunts and often served as the voice of reason. Generally calmer than his brother, unless clowns were involved, Sam possessed people skills that were vital in investigations. While Dean was the protective older sibling, Sam in turn always reassured his big brother of his goodness and wouldn't let him quit on family. They may have saved their hugs for the end of the world scenarios, but the Winchesters' enduring brotherly love was a main theme throughout the series. That and Sam's magnificent hair and giant status. How funny. Sam Winchester is your reassurance of how uniquely special you are and the value you provide to the world. See yourself through the eyes of the people who love you most. And I want to say your admirers too, because you have a lot of admirers, I feel like. And accept every part of you that's led you to where you are now. You are spectacular. Spectacular? What kind of word is this? Don't start with me. Like, don't piss me off. Anyway, yes, that's the kind of energy coming through here. He was the main character in the show. His name came first in the credits. It's kind of like he's the person that had the brains. You know, he had the looks, but that was Dean's forte mostly. You know what I mean? He did the research. He had the people skills, that kind of thing. So it's like you finally stepped into your own. But I do want to say, like, view yourself through the eyes of people who love you and your admirers, because you have a lot of them. Okay? So I just want to say that. And then we're going to get into these few cards over here. Can I get some cards for my group 2, please, Spirit? Why are they looking so fine lately? Because you finally come into your own and you're kind of like showing yourself off to the world in a sense. You know, people are finally seeing who you are and they love what they see. Shoot. We have Shungite, detox your life. It's funny how these are the two same colors, like a dark black, you know? Shungite, so you're detoxing, getting rid of unnecessary energy and people in your life. And then we have Iolite, shift your money mindset. So maybe you're making money now because you've shifted your mindset and now you're able to go on these vacations and all that stuff. People are like, where are you getting all this money from? And it was simply because you shifted your money mindset. It's really as simple as that sometimes. And then we have Apophyllite, which is stay positive. That's a Queen of Cups. I do feel like I said people have seen you come through a lot and they're just proud that you kept fighting. They don't let the darkness kind of take you, you know, because some people do. They're like, I can't fight anymore. I don't want to. And they let the darkness take them. You said no. You were defiant. And because of that, the darkness released you. Or you found a way to live like alongside it, you know. But I think that's all that I have for you guys. Detox would also mean you're doing something with your health. You're actually detoxing your hair, your body, right? And now you're looking fitter because you've lost a lot of weight. You're eating less processed and toxic foods. So your body looking snatched, and you know, that could be coming through as well. You're making money. Or maybe you're like making money based off of health. That could be something coming through as well for some of you. But yeah, staying positive no matter what life throws your way is definitely a big thing as well. I'm hearing your laugh is also something that had you looking fine lately. People just love seeing you happy. I just want to say that really like strongly. People love seeing you happy. So the fact that you're just happy and living is all they could ask for. They just want to see you be happy, okay? But anyway, and it feels like you are the 10 of Cups and Ace of Cups. You finally stopped putting everyone else first and started putting yourself first. And that's something everybody wanted for you. But I hope this reading resonated. If it did, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. Join the tribe. We'd love to have you. If you would ever like to book a personal reading with me, you can always get in contact with me using my email in the description box below. But I hope you're having a beautiful, wonderful day whenever you're watching this reading. And as always, I will see you gorgeous people, my gorgeous souls, in the next one. Mwah. Bye. Hello, my gorgeous group 3s. Welcome to your reading. Thank you for joining me here today. If you chose Image 3 or however you found your way here, thank you for joining me. So today's reading is going to be about why are you looking so fine lately? Okay? Why are you looking good? Why are you looking scrumptious? Why are people attracted to you? That kind of thing. So we're going to get into it. This reading is actually inspired by myself turning 29. So I was determined for my caption on Instagram for my birthday post to be 25. You know, some other stuff thrown in there. And I'm like, you know what? This could be a reading. And who wouldn't want to watch a reading about why are they so fine? Like, stop playing, okay? So we're going to get into that, right? And also, it's kind of like similar to the other reading that I did about how are you looking lately? You know what I mean? So it's a spin-off of that one since you guys really like that one. So let's get right into it. I'm talking too much. Sorry. Let's get into it. There could be something here about, you know what's actually funny? Before I was starting your reading, I felt in a rush. And I'm like, why am I feeling this way? I'm not the kind of person who likes to rush, honestly, which is why I'm always late for things. Not too much on me, but that's what I was feeling. And then I'm like, let's just get into the reading. I did a whole spiel for group 1 and group 2. I didn't feel rushed. So maybe you're in an energy of like, I don't have time for this. Speak up. Like, do it as fast as you can. Like, I'm on a call. Like, you only have 10 minutes. Like, do you know you have 30 minutes? 30. I'm so sorry. Like, New York is so freaking funny. Maybe you're really funny right now. Or you're a character. You're in your, like, I don't want to say influencer because that wasn't even around when New York was a thing, but TV personality. You have a really big personality. You're very funny. That's what's coming through for why you're looking so fine lately. Because if you can make somebody giggle and laugh, like that's already like 55% of the way into their pantaloons. Okay? And nobody can tell me someone who's funny doesn't make you want to spread them legs if you're a man or a woman or a person. Okay? Funny is important. It's not important for everyone, but it's an aphrodisiac in a sense. Like you're loosening someone up. You're wetting the palate, okay? So you're intriguing them with your personality. So your personality is really standing out. Mostly the readings today haven't really been big on looks, but they have come through. Because of course, one thing about me, I'm very like attentive with the cards and I'm looking and seeing what's sticking out to me. So that will come through, but I just want an overall energy of why you're standing out to people. You know what I mean? Why are you looking so fine lately? What's up with you? We have the 8 of Cups that came through in group 1, funnily enough. And it was the first card out, I think, as well. So some of you could be coming from group 1 or you watched group 1 and it wasn't resonating with you, so you came to group 3. Wow, this is the Queen of Pentacles. This is the first time I've gotten this card in this deck. She's so cute. Look at her. Yeah, there's something here about you no longer wasting your time on people who don't deserve your energy. Because here we have the Hangman and it came out in reverse. And I realize I haven't been taking reversals lately because I haven't felt called to. You know what I mean? But for this reason, I feel like maybe some of you are coming out of your shell, or like you don't have time for anyone's BS. You know what I mean? So someone who's like too busy, too above this kind of energy. Queen of Pentacles can be that energy. Like I'm too grown for this kind of stuff, right? People who are like that, and that's funny because I don't know why it's open on the screen, the computer screen, but I just saw 5:44:44. So 5 o'clock, 5:44 with 44 seconds. So 44:44. So 4:44 can be important for you guys. But the Hangman is kind of like coming out of your shell, coming out of a stasis mode where you weren't reachable. It's kind of like your phone is always on Do Not Disturb, and your phone is finally turned off Do Not Disturb. Now people can actually reach you and talk to you. You could have been someone who was more closed off and shy. Now you're coming out of your shell. You're being a little bit more outgoing. Maybe you were never shy. You know what I mean? And maybe people are just seeing more of you now. Maybe you're being more active. Maybe you're being more talkative. Maybe you're being more social. The world will never know. But I do feel like the Queen of Pentacles is like the expert, like having very lavish, extravagant, rich parties at her house where people can come and talk about academics, like giving dinner party as opposed to like party. Like a dinner party is an elevated, more fancy version of a house party because people come at nighttime, they get dressed up, you guys have fancy courses, someone cooks the food, you're drinking wine, discussing literature and music and poetry, stuff like that. So maybe some of you are in that like realm or sphere of pop culture discussions, you know what I mean? I know you was it yesterday? Yeah, it feels like it was so long ago. My birthday was just yesterday, but it feels like it was like forever ago. I feel like it's because I went out after 12 on Saturday and then came home, slept, and then went right back out on Sunday to get the most of my birthday. You know what I mean? So it was only a few hours of my birthday that I was sleeping, that I wasn't outside. So it feels like it was so long ago, but it really wasn't. But anywho, as I was saying, we were having a whole conversation about Love Island in the Uber on the way to the next bar. We were chatting. My sister, her loud mouth behind, was getting crazy as usual. That's why I don't really be hanging out with her like that, because she be loud as hell. That could be you as well. Life of the party, loud as hell, like you want everyone to hear. You're screaming above it. And I don't even think she realizes she's doing it, but she be loud as hell. You know, it's just, I can't all the time, you know? But she was in the Uber, like I just remember it was loud as heck. We were talking about like all the season 7 of Love Island, right? And we were recapping. We were talking about Ace, what he pulled in his little interview with Speedy. We were talking about Brian and Amaya, how he just took the money and he said he was going to be spending it for mental health purposes and never did. And Amaya was like airing his dirty laundry. We have Huda and all her ghetto. We have the trash reunion they gave us. Like, it's a whole bunch of stuff we had to unpack in the car, and you never have enough time. So it's kind of like there's something in your life that you're excited about, and people can feel that energy from you. Like, when you're talking about your favorite show, we're talking about things that you really love. That's the kind of energy. So you're someone who's truly passionate about what they do, and that makes people like, oh, excited. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, this person obviously knows what they're doing. They're funny. They have a great personality. Like, they're talented. I could just watch them talk forever. That kind of thing. So people like being around you. Just period. Conversations with you as well as coming through. But it's definitely like that. You're like their favorite subject. I didn't want to say that, but it came out. It's like, is it favorite song? You're my favorite song. That song is coming through from, what is it, Camp Rock. I'm trying to remember who sang that one. Was it Shane, aka Joe Jonas, who sang that one? I think he did. Yeah, you're my favorite song. And everyone loved Shane Gray in Camp Rock. That was, Joe Jonas's character, because he was a superstar, So there's something here about star power, limelight, people liking to see you just talk and act and just do your thing, kind of. And that's why you're looking so fine, okay? But there was something that I was saying that I kind of lost track of. But if it's meant to come back, if I didn't go over it already, then who knows? But yeah. It's giving like you're going out more. Why am I hearing that line from, what song is it? She started wearing less and going out more, right? Anywho, let's get this last card. That Drake song. Yeah, Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, good things are happening in your life. I really hate this card because why did she print it and she don't got no neck like that? It just upsets me and my homegirls. I'm like, why? I don't know if it's because the cuff in the back, but just the way they made her face, fit on some of these characters. Just get on my last nerve. I'm hearing vibrant, colorful, flower child energies coming from you guys, okay? Some of you could even have a cute little giggle. I just caught myself giggling, and I'm not really a giggler, y'all. So that's coming through for somebody. I'm a full belly guffawer, okay? I'm guffawing. I'm not giggling. That's too cutesy for me. I need to, you need to hear my laugh, okay? It's not going to be a little tingle. Here we have Temperance. Can I get one more card from Spirit? Why are my group threes looking so fine? She's so fine. She's so fine. I just two glitches and they both mine. What song is that by J. Cole? Pretty long I've been on bed. It's been a while since I had to beg for head. No. It's been a while since I had to ask for it, so god dang, don't make me beg, but I will if I need to. So real girl, I need you. I could put you on the flight. You can fly out tonight. If you got a something, I could lead you. Cold world. I could put you in a Mile High Club. What's up? Let's take a trip. What song is that? Planes by Jeremiah featuring J. Cole, I believe. Don't quote me on that, but one of them songs is coming through. Had to make sure it is Planes by Jeremiah. So maybe some of you are also traveling. That's been a big vibe coming through for most of you guys. But I'm just hearing living my best life. It doesn't even have to be traveling, but something you're doing is like a lot of eyes are on you. Okay, one more card. I want one more card. Some of you could have lost weight because the body's really standing out. We have the Three of Wands. Wow. I've never gotten this card in this deck. This deck is so pretty. I don't know why I don't use it more often. It is still newish to me, but I have so many other decks I'm trying to get to. Okay. So we have Eight of Cups. You've been walking away from feelings, emotions that don't serve you. I do believe the Eight of Cups now to me is the releasing baggage card, because the Eight of Cups in general just have to do with emotions. And the Eight of Cups is like, okay, this is not enough. And it's like, I've been trying to make it work, right? And it's just like, it's not working. So it's time for me to just leave it behind and go for better, right? So releasing emotional baggage is something. So you're feeling light and free. That's how people are viewing you, as someone who's light is and free, you know? I'm also hearing birds of a feather flock together. So you may have found your tribe, and that's why your personality and who you are as a person, how you're coming, I guess, off to the world is what's like important in this reading and what's making you look fine. Maybe you have a lot of new friends, and that's because your energy is so magnetic recently, you know? Your personality is drawing in a lot of new opportunities for you, whether it be friends, lovers, or something different. There's something here about you could have lost a lot of weight and now you're more confident in yourself, you know, which is why Drake in the song that I was referencing is like, oh, she started wearing less and going out more because now you're more confident in your body. You're more confident to show certain things, you know, and then you're more confident to be yourself because you're not going to be accused of, not even accused, but you're not going to be ridiculed or belittled. Like, oh, you're too big to wear that crop top, take it off. Like, you know what I mean? When you're smaller, people are, you know, more nice to you because, oh, you're normal. There's nothing for them to poke at and be like, oh, you have this and you have that. You're too big, that kind of thing. So you could have lost a lot of weight. Now you're even more confident than you may have been before. I'm not getting a really shy vibe from you guys here. I'm just getting like a pulling back your energy vibe. The Hangman is not the Hermit. The Hangman is you are in the stasis mode. You're in like ascension mode at that point. It's like your battery was at 10% and you plugged your battery into your back and you've been charging to 100% ever since. And then once you got back to 100%, you were ready to jump back into the world. This could mean a social battery. This could mean learning something. You know, this could mean going away, you know, getting your body to the weight you wanted. And as soon as you're at that weight, now you're stepping out and showing out, that kind of thing. So your health could be a big thing and it's also funny because no, Hierophant was the card. But temperance also can mean, I think, health to me. In this instance, it's coming through. I feel like it was in another deck. Not another deck. It was another reading. I remember it. I think it was a Keynote Tarot reading, and she said, like, it was either Temperance or Hierophant. She was like, Temperance is like her health card. So whenever it comes out and I feel called to that video that I watched from Kino, I'm like, okay, yeah, the temperance in this instance could mean health. So you've been putting your health first, and that's why you're looking so fine lately. You're eating healthier, you're working out more, because in a lot of these cards here, she's showing off her body most of the time. You know what I mean? She's being more fashionable, she's dressing. You're seeing her body more in this dress. It's giving cocktail dress in this card right here, right? Getting cute, looking cute. This is giving skin's hide. And you gotta have a banging body. You don't have to, right? But you gotta be real confident to wear skin tight anything, okay? So it's giving body, giving confidence. You kind of like found yourself. You found your groove. I'm hearing, let's groove tonight. Dun, 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 dun. Share the spice of life. So you're looking spicy. You look seasoned, right? And that could mean because you gotten older or you've gotten better with age is what I'm hearing as well. But I'm hearing like for group one, how they were coming into their own. You've come into your own, right? In like a very beautiful way, you know? Like I said, you're having the confidence to be a little louder, a little maybe skimpier, you know? A little more risque. And people are like, I like that, okay? So, of course, the yiddies and the chest are coming through because we have that coming through here. We have that coming through here. And then we also have the arms coming through. So your arms are like what's standing out. Maybe you've been toning them, working on them. For my guys, maybe you've been bulking them, that kind of thing. Okay. But I love how we have two cards that kind of represent sleep, stasis, not really doing much. That could be a vibe as well. You're very attractive because you're staying out of drama is the vibe that I'm getting. But the Eight of Cups is like walking away from things. And the Hangman is kind of like, hey, I'm back here chilling. My social battery is that I can't really chill with y'all no more, right? That could also be coming through. You've been going out a little less, staying in a little more, but it balances out because you used to be someone, or you could have been someone who went out all the time and you didn't really give yourself time to recharge. So you were kind of running on E, you know? So that could be coming through. You're resting more. You're looking more well rested. Is what I just really got. Like, you know, maybe I'm hearing you have brighter under eyes. Very funny. Who got dark circles? The people I'm pointing that out. That's really ghetto. That could be something coming through. Maybe you look more grown. Maybe you were more so kitty, you know, and now you're looking more grown. Because even here, her waist is snatched in this card, right? She looks really beautiful. Her eyes are piercing. Her hair looks very fluffy. In most of these cards, here and here, where I feel like she's more striking, her hair is short with a side bang. Not even a regular bang, or a little side bang, you know? So that could be something coming through. You've changed your hair and people are loving the way you wear your hair now. Maybe you went from light to dark, dark to light. But then we have this Three of Wands, which is exploring certain things. So you're doing stuff you've never done before, and that's putting you in like a very excitable, very happy, very attractive energy, okay? So, what else? But yeah, this card now is always going to give me like Sleeping Tiger with the Eight of Cups over here. Because the tiger is really just taking a rest. But he's blocking the road. So he's not moving forward. He's not moving backwards. He's just, you know, coasting. But I think coasting is like a maybe negative connotation, but I'm not sure. Coasting, roller coasting. Maybe you're driving more. Maybe you're taking road trips a little bit more. Maybe you used to be someone who's like, no, I need to be on a plane. I need to get there fast, now. Now you're like taking the scenic route and taking life a little more slow and stopping to smell the roses is the saying that people love to use. It's the kind of energy you're stopping to take a rest. You're not being so vibrant. Queen of Pentacles is more about like self-love. Taking care of yourself, taking care of others. Maybe you are putting more time and energy into caring for people around you, and that's what's making you more attractive because you're giving off a nurturer, okay? You're giving off the healer, the fixer, right? There you go. And some just abundant, right? So maybe you're someone who's like built up your money and now you're kind of like giving back in like a mentor kind of way. Like, I'm here, now I kind of want to help other people get to where I am now. Hangman. I do believe Hangman is Pisces energy. So like maybe stuck in your head. Maybe you're more contemplative and quiet. That could be a vibe coming through. Maybe you went from being someone who's louder, you know, or it's either or. In the beginning, I was getting someone who's more talkative now, who's more loud. But now that I'm getting towards the end of the reading, I feel like you're becoming more quiet and contemplative. You're thinking before you speak. You're not just rushing into certain things. You're making your decisions, but you're taking them seriously. So like I said, you've grown up. People could have known you when you were younger and you were a wild child. You were so loud. You were so crazy. You wouldn't let anybody get a say. You didn't want to see things from other people's perspective. And now the older you got, the more you sit back and contemplate and think things before you actually do. So that's what's making you really fine. People love a responsible person. And I'm hearing the Sabrina Carpenter song where she's like, I get wet at the thought of you. Something being a stand-up guy, right? That's what you guys are stepping into. Your stand-up girl, stand-up guy, having dinner parties instead of house parties energy, you know, taking the scenic route and taking your time instead of wanting to jet set everywhere and go here, there, and everywhere. You're slowing down, taking a slower approach, I feel like. Or the opposite, you're going faster and kind of like hankering down, doubling down. But I think there's something here about her talking about communication and things that make her, you know, yes, things that make her, you know, very attractive to the men that she's with. So basically them being grown, you know what I mean? So she's like, I get wet at the thought of you being a responsible guy, treating me like you're supposed to. Tears run down my thighs. Yo, Sabrina be killing me because, girl, why does this need to be a song? I'm here for it completely, but hey, okay, a little initiative can go a very long way. So maybe you're taking initiative. Maybe you're being not the aggressor, but maybe you're being the initiator. That's a better word for that. Yeah, because we have a Hangman in reverse. So instead of you hanging back and being too shy or scared to do stuff, you're initiating conversations. You're starting things. I'm hearing leading the charge. You know what I mean? You're becoming a leader, essentially. Here's what I wanted to get to. A little communication. Yes, that's my ideal foreplay. Assemble a chair from IKEA. And I'm like, I'm not going to, make the sound, but she was getting crazy in the song, But basically, that's what's coming through. Maybe you're being more responsible, doing more grown-up things, and people are like, oh, you've really, you've grown. We love to see it. Queen of Pentacles is peak, on my grown woman-ish kind of vibes. You could have gotten a new house, right? You could be dressing a little more fancy, a little more classy, you know what I mean? And people are like, oh, yeah, she's growing up, or he's growing up, or they're growing up. I love that for them. Because we always know the kind of people who goof off until they can't goof off anymore, or something happens for them to finally grow up, or they just decide one day, okay, that's enough of my old ways and my shenanigans. I need to, be more responsible. And I think that's what, is making you more attractive. So you went from being the class clown to being someone people could trust and depend on, which is very sexy. Okay. Temperance is you still have that temperance. Sorry. I be like talking too fast sometimes. Temperance is an energy of, being able to attain a happy medium between both. You can still be goofy and make people laugh, but you also can be responsible as well, There you go. So we could have some earth signs, or you're embodying your earth sign energy. I'm hearing someone who's making a house a home. Maybe you just moved in somewhere. You're gonna be moving in somewhere, but it's like giving grown women things. Paying mortgages, acquiring a lease, furnishing your apartment, going to work, coming home, sleeping, the amount of times you have to sleep, working out, the amount of times you have to work out, eating what you need to eat. That's what's kind of giving me. I'm hearing juicing. I'm hearing meal prepping, right? I'm hearing getting your macros and micros in. I don't know anything about these things. So the fact that it's coming through is a Hail Mary in and of itself. I'm like, I've heard of them, but for them to be coming out like back to back. So, clean like that. I'm like, oh, y'all out here doing y'all. You be up in the gym or working on your fitness is what's coming through. And if not, then you're adapting a healthier lifestyle to allow your body to naturally, come down. Because sometimes our body just be husky because we just be filling it with so much sugar than we need. So much more sugar than we need. And then sometimes stopping that sugar or stopping eating so much or whatever, your body naturally comes down without you having to work on it, or like work out, I should say. Okay. So what I'm going to do is get a card. I just want one, but if two comes out, I'll take it. From this supernatural deck. I didn't really go for the Three of Wands. The Three of Wands is, you're moving forward. Slow and steady wins the race, but you're making more decisions and follow through. You have more follow through. So that's the main message of the reading. You become more responsible. Okay? Because not follow through. People said, I need you to actually show up and say you're going to show up. I need you to be on time. Okay? And it's funny how in the beginning of the reading I was rushing, and I was like, I don't know why. I'm not a rushing kind of person. That's why I'm always late. And you finally realize, hey, I got to rush sometimes if I want to be early, because that's how people take me seriously, right? So you're becoming more responsible. Good for you. You might inspire me to do the same, because, child, I don't not like being early, but I just don't like having to get up in a rush. I'll get there when I get there. Chill. But it be getting me in trouble sometimes. So I'm like, maybe not. Maybe don't chill. Maybe, maybe you take some initiative and do something, right? Here we have the Angel Blade, and we have Garth Fitzgerald the Fourth. Very interesting. I feel like I've read for Garth before. He's like a really just nice stand-up guy, right? And that could be you. Oh, this is so sweet. You guys are becoming stand-up women and gentlemen. Good for you. With the blade, though, there's still that, don't mess with me, don't play around in my face kind of energy, though. So let's get these two to read. For these two, I just want them to be here so y'all can see them. Okay, hand, relax. I'm not gonna have them thinking I'm out here tooting. I'm not, I promise. Okay. Is this good? Can you see it right? Boom. Okay. Yeah. But there was something that I was saying. Maybe you're working really hard for your money. She works hard for her money, because this waitress here is giving me someone who's working really hard. They might not want to work, but they do like the money, and they like the freedom that money does bring. You know what I mean? Okay, let's get the book and read about these characters to see why you're looking so attractive. Look, we skip right to Angel Blade. How cute. So, said to have been touched by God, angel blades are powerful weapons wielded by angels and later hunters, capable of killing their own kind. A long silver dagger with a triple edge. What the hell? What do you mean triple edge? Oh, maybe at the bottom of it? Anyway. Sorry. These blades could also be used to defeat demons, monsters, kill hounds, and Nephilim. They could even kill reapers. Thank goodness Castiel had one of the night he went home with a rogue reaper, even if it wasn't what Dean meant when he asked whether he had protection. Although a weapon like the Angel Blade can be powerful leverage, it doesn't displace the importance of the person holding it. Skill, resourcefulness, determination, and purpose all give a competitive edge. So yeah, you're becoming more equipped in something you're doing. You're studying more. You're going to get some more qualifications. You're getting a higher degree, right? Or just like I said, becoming a little bit more mature, holding a dinner party and not a rager, you know, or going to a dinner party and not a rager, right? I'm seeing when Horace Slughorn in Harry Potter, I believe it was the Half-Blood Prince. Yeah, so that's when Harry was cheating out here in these streets with that book. But anyway, Horace Slughorn had like dinners for his best students, you know what I mean? And, you know, Harry trifling behind actually started liking school because he had the freaking Half-Blood Prince's journal for that one class, which is why he was able to be with the other gifted kids. So it's definitely giving, you know, putting more time and energy into your mind, your body, your temple, that kind of thing, getting more sleep, because you're like, we're grown now. Okay, when you get more sleep, you definitely look better and you most definitely feel better. Taking your vitamins, oh, I have all this energy. You know what I mean? That kind of thing, nurturing your brain, reading before bed or something. Like, you know what I mean? I'm hearing somebody embracing their glasses instead of always wearing contacts, that kind of thing. But yeah, that stuff is coming through, being definitely more mature. Okay, so others may have been afforded more tools or opportunities than you, but that doesn't make them any more worthy. Outer securities can fade away, but your grit and perseverance remain. It's those internal weapons, ones nobody can take from you, that make you unstoppable. Okay? Cue Unstoppable by... what's her name? What? Not me, forgot her name. And I was every single day. Sia. I'm like, I know it's only a few letters, but I'm saying SZA. No, it's Sia. Okay, so the next one we have is Garth Fitzgerald. I need to catch up on Supernatural because I haven't met any of these people yet. I'm on season 4. I'm like, when am I going to meet the people that I've seen in the book? I've met the Ghostfacers, funnily enough. I've met them. Annoying. But there's still a few people I haven't met that I've seen in this book, okay? So, Garth Fitzgerald IV. He may not have worn Bobby's hat the right way or used idiot correctly, but there's no denying Garth Fitzgerald IV was an irreplaceable ally to the Winchesters. When Bobby died, oh, y'all spoiling me, so Bobby dies? Don't do that. Shit. Anyway, Garth stepped in to take his place, honoring Bobby in the best way he knew how. Dean and Sam went from not taking him seriously to calling him a hero. Dean even allowed Garth to hug him, until Garth made it awkward by telling Dean he smelled good. Garth brought levity to the dark times, using Mr. Fizzles and interrogations and teaching video games were the path to serenity. Look, see, there's something here about being goofy. Yeah, that's coming through for sure. Do you have a Garth in your life? Someone you've taken for granted because they don't always say or do the right thing? I feel like this person is you, but you're coming out of that stage now. Like the ugly duckling who is blooming into the beautiful swan. This is a reminder to keep them close and appreciate how lucky you are to have such a loyal friend. You may be goofy, but admit it, you love them. You've been Garthed. Yeah, so this is definitely you. You're definitely someone, becoming someone people can take seriously and not just like a joke. You know what I mean? You may be forming deeper connections, forming better bonds with people, right? So this angel blade is like going from ruthless to being a little bit more goofy to being very... I also think of like swords as being very precise and sharp and lethal. So that could be your whole thing as well. And that's making you look, you know, very fine because you're sharp and put together. Okay, period. You could have a nice smile. Your lips are coming through, the way you wear your hair, okay? Your stare is definitely coming through. It could be a bit like, not disorienting, but unexpected. How can a stare be unexpected? Maybe the force of it. I'm hearing you have eyes that laugh. Okay, let's get these final cards from this deck here. Please, Spirit, why am I group B looking so fine? Come on, give me something. Thank you. Okay, don't mess me up now. I don't know why all of a sudden this card here is reminding me of 𝐓𝐡𝐮𝐲. This queen, oh, we got 4 instead of 3. This Queen of Pentacles card is like reminding me of 𝐓𝐡𝐮. I don't know who specifically. It's also kind of reminding me of the outfits that they would wear in Stranger Things. Especially Lucas. He would always wear like a bomber jacket or something that's coming through. So maybe your fashion sense or the way you're dressing is standing out as well. And what makes you look so fine. Okay. I'm hearing straight up unconventional or sensible is what's coming through for you guys. But here we have appetite. Get out of your own comfort zone. That's something that you're doing and people are recognizing. Good job. Then we have terminated courts. Get out of your own way. Wow, we have 2 get out cards. Get out of your comfort zone and get out of your own way. That's crazy. I would have never realized that if they didn't come out back to back. Here we have Aragonite. Release your emotional baggage. Okay, so more about releasing, getting out of your own way, that kind of stuff. And last but not least, we have Phantom Courts. Embrace change. So you're getting out of your own way and releasing a lot of stuff in order for you to embrace this change that's coming into your life, okay? That is why you look so fine. Besides the, physical aspects as well, right? So body is definitely giving, I feel like. And it could be because you had a recent transformation, weight-wise, stuff like that. But definitely feeling a lot more confident. And that in turn makes you look a lot more attractive to everyone else. Okay. There is something here about eyes. They're either blue, they're black, or like a really pretty brown or hazel. But yeah, that's all I have, I feel like, for right now. I don't want to keep going. I hope this reading resonated. If it did, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. Join the tribe. We'd love to have you. If you would ever like to book a personal reading with me, you can always get in contact with me using my email in the description box below. But I hope you're having a beautiful, wonderful day whenever you're watching this reading. And as always, I will see you gorgeous people in the next one. Mwah. Bye.